My mother-in-law is 76, and last spring I pulled her out of a dealership before she signed for a 3-year-old SUV that would have quietly bled her dry. She didn't need the payment. She needed the truth. And the truth is, the SUVs being marketed to seniors right now are almost never the ones seniors should actually buy. After 24 years under the hood, I've watched retirees hand over their savings for the wrong badge while genuinely bulletproof SUVs sit 2 rows over on the same lot, ignored, depreciating, waiting for someone to notice. Today I'm counting down 5 of them. I'm going deepest on number 1 because it's the one I'd put my own parents in tomorrow. Let's get into it. Number 5, the Buick Envision. I know. The second I say Buick, half of you picture a beige land yacht in a church parking lot. Stay with me because that reputation is exactly why this SUV is one of the best kept secrets for older drivers on the entire used market. Here's the story that changed my mind on these. A retired couple came into my bay about a year ago, both in their late 60s, driving a tired German crossover that had already cost them $2,000 in electronics that year. The husband wanted something quiet, comfortable, and dead simple, and he'd budgeted $38,000 for another luxury badge. I asked him to test drive one thing first, a used 2022 Buick Envision Avenir. He came back almost annoyed because it drove better than the car he'd wanted. It was whisper quiet on the highway, and it's stickered used for about $27,000 with low miles. He's called me twice since, both times just to tell me nothing has gone wrong. Here's what people don't understand about the second-generation Envision, which runs from 2021 onward. Underneath that quiet cabin, it shares its 2-liter turbo and 9-speed automatic with the Cadillac XT4. Same engineering. Buick's whole philosophy on this thing is what they call quiet tuning, which is a fancy way of saying they obsessed over sound insulation and ride comfort, and it shows. For a senior who wants a calm, drama-free drive that matters more than horsepower ever will. Now the numbers that made me a believer. RepairPal rates the Envision 5 out of 5 for reliability and ranks it first out of 32 midsize SUVs. Average annual repair and maintenance cost comes in around $318 versus roughly $494 for the class. Owners take it in for unscheduled repairs about 0.2 times a year, compared to a class average near 1.0. And the odds of any given repair being a major one sit around 5% versus 14% for the segment. That is not a beige old person car. That is a genuinely dependable SUV wearing a badge nobody respects, which is precisely why it's cheap. That's the whole opportunity. A loaded 2021 to 2023 Envision that stickered north of $40,000 new is trading used in the low to mid $20,000 range. That is near luxury quiet, comfort, and reliability for the price of a base compact. When you go look at one, here's your checklist. First, sit in it before you fall in love with it. The seating is upright and the step-in height is comfortable for most people, but everyone's hips are different, so do 3 full in-and-out cycles right there in the lot. Second, on the newer refreshed models, the climate and shifter controls moved onto the screen and a column stock, so make sure you can actually work them without staring down. If it frustrates you in the driveway, it'll frustrate you for years. Third, cargo room is only okay, around 25 cubic feet, so if you haul a walker, a wheelchair, or big grocery runs, measure before you commit. And fourth, these are built in China, and the electronics are the most likely thing to hiccup, so run every screen, camera, and driver assist feature through its paces before money changes hands. Who should buy it? Anyone who wants a quiet, cushy, near-luxury ride without the luxury repair bill. Who should skip it? If you need maximum cargo or you tow, look elsewhere. But if the Envision is the badge nobody talks about, this next one is the SUV every senior should be talking about and almost nobody is. Number 4. The Subaru Forester. If I could design an SUV specifically for aging eyes and stiff knees, I would end up building something very close to a modern Forester, and I do not even particularly love Subarus as a mechanic. I have to give credit where it is earned. Let me tell you about a customer, a widow in her early 70s, who told me her biggest fear on the road was not speed. It was not being able to see. Blind spots, thick pillars that closed in feeling. She had test-driven 3 sporty crossovers and felt like she was looking out of a mail slot in every one. I told her to go drive a Forester. She came back and said it felt like sitting in a sunroom. That is the whole point. The current Forester, the generation that runs from 2019 onward, has some of the best outward visibility of anything on the road. Tall, upright glass, thin pillars, big windows, and doors that open wide and tall, so you swing your legs out and you are already at the right height. No climbing up, no dropping down. On top of that, all-wheel drive is standard, and Subaru's EyeSight safety system, with automatic emergency braking and adaptive cruise, comes standard even on the base trim. For a senior in a snowy or rainy climate, that combination is genuinely hard to beat. These engines are simple by design. It is a naturally aspirated Boxer 4, no turbo to fail, and a well-cared-for Forester will run 200,000 to 300,000 miles. But, and this is important, you have to buy the right years, because Subaru has a checkered history here. Skip the 2014 and 2015 models, which were notorious for burning oil and early CVT transmission trouble. The sweet spot for a used buyer is roughly 2020 through 2024, after Subaru sorted out the oil consumption and smoothed out the transmission software. Your inspection checklist. First, on the test drive, accelerate firmly and listen and feel for any shudder or hesitation from the transmission. Smooth means healthy. Second, check the oil level and ask the seller directly whether it's ever needed topping off between changes. Any hesitation in that answer, walk. Third, look hard at the windshield, because these have a reputation for cracking easily, and replacing one is not cheap since the EyeSight camera has to be recalibrated, which can run over $1,000. Fourth, on 2019 to 2021 cars specifically, test the battery and the climate control thoroughly because there were some drain and valve complaints in those years. Who should buy it? Any senior who prioritizes visibility, all-weather security, and easy entry above all else. That is a huge slice of you watching. Who should skip it? If you want quick acceleration or a plush, quiet luxury feel, the Forester is honest and practical, not fancy. It does its job and asks for nothing. Now, this next one earned an award for exactly the thing seniors care about most, and it comes from a name you already trust. Number 3, the Honda CR-V. There's a reason the CR-V shows up on every single Best for Seniors list, and it's not marketing. AARP named it the best small SUV for getting in and out. Not fastest, not flashiest, easiest. And when you're managing knees or hips or a bad back, easiest is everything. A gentleman came to me, 80 years old, still sharp, still driving, but he told me plainly that hauling himself in and out of his old crossover had started to hurt. I put him in a used CR-V. The doors open nearly 90 degrees, the seat sits right around hip height, and the step-in is low and flat. He slid in, slid out, did it 4 more times, and bought one that week. Add in the big windows, the excellent all-around visibility, Honda sensing safety tech standard, and controls that make sense without a manual, and you've got an SUV built like someone actually thought about older drivers. But here is the insider knowledge that could save you thousands, and almost no salesperson will tell you. The 5th generation CR-V from 2017 on came with a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine that had a real documented problem called oil dilution. In cold weather and on short trips, raw fuel seeps past the piston rings and mixes into the oil, thinning it out. It was worst on the 2017 and 2018 models. Honda addressed it with software updates, and the 2020 through 2022 models scored back up in the mid-80s on J.D. Power's Reliability Index. So here's my rule. If you want a used CR-V, buy the hybrid. The CR-V hybrid doesn't use that troublesome turbo at all. It uses a simpler, naturally aspirated engine paired with an electric drive that does the hard work, so the gas engine barely breaks a sweat. It sidesteps the entire oil dilution issue, and it returns 35 to 40 miles per gallon in the real world. For a senior who wants the easiest entry, the best visibility, and no engine drama, the hybrid is the answer. Checklist. Time. First, if you're looking at a non-hybrid 1.5-liter turbo, pull the dipstick and smell it. Actually smell it for gasoline and check whether the oil level is rising instead of dropping. Rising oil is your warning sign. Second, confirm the dealer applied the software update and check the service records. Third, in traffic, feel for any shudder or judder from the transmission. Fourth, and this is a comfort thing, sit in the driver's seat for a solid 10 minutes because a few owners find the seat cushion firmer than they'd like on long drives. Who should buy it? Almost any senior. It's the safe, sensible, easy pick, and I mean that as high praise. Who should skip it? If you want it quiet and cushy, above all, the CR-V is competent, but a little noisier and firmer than something like that Envision. Solid buys sit around $20,000 to $27,000. Now, if this is the sensible choice, number 2 is the one that simply refuses to die. Number 2, the Toyota RAV4. If reliability were a religion, the RAV4 hybrid would be the patron saint. I have seen these things treated like appliances, neglected, abused, driven into the ground, and they just keep starting every single morning. For a senior who wants to buy one SUV and never think about it again, this is the short list. A retired teacher, 68, came to me convinced she needed to trade in her older Toyota because it had 140,000 miles and she was scared it would strand her. I put it on the lift, went through it top to bottom, and told her the truth. There was nothing to fix. I told her if she wanted a newer one for peace of mind and the safety tech, get a RAV4 hybrid, but there was no mechanical reason to rush. She bought a used one anyway, for the adaptive cruise and the newer airbags, and that's a perfectly good reason. She's put another 30,000 trouble-free miles on it since. Here's the engineering that earns the reputation. The RAV4 hybrid uses Toyota's 2.5-liter dynamic force engine with a dual injection system that keeps the intake valves clean, avoiding a carbon buildup problem that plagues a lot of modern direct injected engines. And Toyota's hybrid system has an outstanding durability record across literally millions of vehicles worldwide. It's proven. It's boring in the best possible way. The seating position is tall and upright, so entry and exit is easy, and the cabin is genuinely spacious. Now the insider notes, because even a RAV4 has fine print. On the gas models, the 2019 through 2021 8-speed automatic could occasionally hesitate or shift a little roughly, so feel for that on a test drive. There was also an earlier fuel pump recall, so confirm it was handled. And here is the big one for right now. Toyota completely redesigned the RAV4 for 2026, and a first-year redesign always carries unknowns because it uses new technology that has not earned its stripes yet. My advice? Do not be the guinea pig. Buy the proven 2021 through 2024 hybrid that already has the track record. Let someone else beta test the new one. The catch is what I call the Toyota tax. Everyone knows these are reliable, so they hold their value, and you will pay a premium used compared to almost anything else on this list. That's the trade-off for peace of mind. Quick checklist. First, on gas models, feel that transmission for hesitation. Second, verify the fuel pump recall was completed through the VIN. Third, on any hybrid over 100,000 miles, it is worth a battery health check, though these traction batteries are famously long-lived. Fourth, note the rear seats fold down but not flat, so if you sleep in it or haul long items, measure first. Who should buy it? The senior who wants maximum reliability and resale and does not mind paying for it. Who should skip it? If value per dollar is your top priority, the Envision or a CARLYFE hybrid gives you more comfort or more savings. But nobody, and I mean nobody, ever regrets buying a RAV4 hybrid. Before I get to number one, if any of this straight talk is useful to you, do me a favor and subscribe, because I have got more videos coming on exactly which SUVs dealers push on older buyers versus the ones that actually make sense. Now, number one, the Lexus RX 350. This is the one I'd hand my own parents the keys to, and I'm going to tell you exactly why and exactly which years to buy, because getting this wrong costs you the entire advantage. A few years back, a couple in their 70s came in. He was a retired engineer. She'd just had a knee replaced, and they wanted something that felt special after decades of sensible sedans, but they were terrified of luxury repair bills. They'd been quoted frightening numbers on a German SUV. I told them the secret hiding in plain sight. A Lexus RX 350 is, underneath, a Toyota that put on a tuxedo. It gives you a genuinely upscale, quiet, comfortable, smooth-riding SUV with easy entry and a serene cabin, and it does it with Toyota's mechanical DNA. They bought a used one. Her exact words months later were that it felt like being wrapped in a quiet blanket every time she drove. Here is the crucial detail, and this is the whole video in one sentence. Buy the 2016 through 2022 RX 350, the one with the V6. That generation uses Toyota's 3.5-liter V6, a timing chain engine with no turbo to fail, and it is one of the most durable 6-cylinders they ever built. In 2023, Lexus redesigned the RX and switched to a 2.4-liter Turbo 4, and early owners of that new one have reported real annoyances, from electric door handles failing in cold weather, to brakes and rotors wearing out shockingly early, to cold start, no start battery issues. So the older V6 model isn't just cheaper, it's actually the more bulletproof choice. That's rare, and it's the opportunity. The reliability data backs it up. J.D. Power gives the RX a predicted reliability score around 81 out of 100, which lands in their great tier. Owners average well under one unscheduled repair per year, and the odds of a severe problem sit around 8%. And here's the number that ends the argument. The RX 350 costs under $8,000 to maintain over 10 years, less than half of what a comparable BMW X5 will drain out of you. Luxury feel, Toyota bones, economy car repair bills. Your checklist, and this is how you win. First, buy the V6, the 2016 through 2022 car, not the 2023 and up turbo. Say it back to yourself in the lot. Second, front struts and shocks typically start wearing from 80,000 to 120,000 miles. So listen for clunks over bumps and factor that in on higher mileage cars. Third, check the brakes, because if you find one that's had gentle senior ownership, the pads and rotors will barely be touched. Fourth, and this is my favorite tip, hunt for a one-owner car that belonged to an older couple who garaged it and did every service on time. An RX like that with 60,000 pampered miles is basically a brand new car at a used price. Who should buy it? Any senior who wants to feel genuinely spoiled without the anxiety of a luxury repair bill. Who should skip it? If you need a third row or serious cargo space, this is a two-row SUV, so size it to your life. But for comfort, quiet, reliability, and dignity per dollar, nothing on this list touches it. So there they are, 5 bulletproof SUVs the market has quietly overlooked. The Buick Envision, near luxury hiding behind a badge nobody respects. The Subaru Forester, built like a sunroom on wheels for anyone who values seeing clearly. The Honda CR-V, the easiest SUV alive to get in and out of, especially as a hybrid. The Toyota RAV4 hybrid, the SUV that simply refuses to quit. And the Lexus RX 350 V6, the tuxedo-wearing Toyota that pampers you for the price of a repair-free decade. Next time you're on a lot and a salesperson steers you toward whatever they're pushing this month, you'll know better. You'll know the badge on the hood matters a lot less than the engineering underneath it, and you'll know exactly which years to say yes to and which to walk away from. If this helped you or someone you love shop smarter, give it a like and subscribe, because I'll keep telling you the things the dealership never will. Take care of the car, and it'll take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.